Hi, I'm Whitney with Koala Cuddles Baby Wearing Education, and today I'm using my 2Lambie buckle Onbuhimo to put my 1-year-old on my back in a back carry. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tighten these personal fit adjusters or PFAs on the shoulder straps. And you're going to notice that the padding is kind of going under the back panel. It's totally fine. You're not going to feel it and it's not going to be uncomfortable. It's just helping to keep baby nice and high and to use up some of that extra length in the shoulders if you happen to need to take up some space. I'm 5 feet tall, so I'm fairly short, and I need to kind of shorten those shoulders for me to have a tight carry. So I make sure that my PFAs are adjusted to be fairly even because I don't want one shoulder longer than the other because that's going to make adjusting at the end really hard. And so it looks like they're pretty close here. I know in the video it looks like they're still a little bit off, but when I was looking at it straight on, they were nice and even. So then I'm going to check that I have my chest belt looped through the ladder loop that I want. I prefer to have my chest belt low, so I loop it through the bottom loop right above the adjustment buckle. And then I'm going to give myself a little bit of space in the webbing. So now I'm going to put the carrier around the baby. And I'm going to put the shoulder straps under his arms, and I'm going to put his feet through the loops. He can stand and he can walk, but he doesn't have great balance, so I have to kind of help him at this point. As he gets older, he'll be able to kind of step through the loops on his own. Now, since I'm going to Superman toss him, I'm going to make sure that I'm holding on to him under his shoulders, and I'm going to make sure that I'm holding on to him and the carrier. I want them both to move together as one unit when I swoop him up onto my back. Now once he's up there, I'm going to go ahead, put my arms through the loops and keep a hand on him until I have him up there. So now I'm just going to tighten out some of the slack. He sometimes likes to wiggle, so I don't like to leave a ton of slack while I'm fixing his seat. I leave just enough that I can get that seat up between us and I have room to adjust. So now I have one hand under his bottom. I'm going to bump him up, take out any more slack as I'm rotating those shoulders forward. Bump him up, bring those shoulders forward, and take out the slack. Now you'll notice every time I adjust, I bump him up and I stand up a little bit straighter as I'm bringing those shoulders forward, so that way I am tightening in a more upright position. That way I know it's going to be comfortable for when I'm standing straight up and down walking around with him on my back. I'm going to loop this chest clip through the opposite ladder loop, and I'm going to go ahead and bring it back and secure it through the rings. Now my last adjustment, I'm just going to lift his bottom. I'm going to take the shoulders from the top of my shoulders, bump his bottom up, and rotate those shoulders forward one more time. Under his bottom, grab this shoulder, rotate it forward, and tighten out any extra slack that just happens to be there. So now I know that I'm going to be comfortable, he's going to be comfortable, and we can wear this carry for a good amount of time. To take him out, all I'm going to do is undo the chest belt, and I'm going to lean forward, keeping one hand on baby as I loosen my shoulder straps to take my arms out and support him off my hip to bring him to the front. I hope this was helpful, and if you have any questions, you can find me at Koala Cuddles Baby Wearing Education on Facebook.